Welcome to Pittsburgh Sports Now. Joining me is a face that Pitt football fans will be watching for the next 4 years on the offense, and that's Jaylon Barden, four-star receiver from Georgia. And Jalen, I appreciate you joining us. I remember when you committed, we interviewed. It was a long time ago. Does it feel like, in light of everything that we're going on right now in the world, and when you made your commitment, that it's been a while, has it?
It's been a while. It's been a while. I'm just ready to get there. That's all. And play. I'm just ready to get there and play. I'm real anxious.
Tell us, how have you give us an idea of what your everyday routine is. How are you staying? Who are you working out with? What your regimen is every day, just so that you're ready when you finally arrive in Pittsburgh.
My recruiting coordinator, Archie Collins, he's the DB coach for Pitt. He usually just call me sometimes, mostly every morning, just to check on how I'm doing. And Stacciani, the new
strength coach.
Yeah, strength coach, and he just tell me what to do, and he sends me the links for the workouts, and I just follow his workouts. And then I just every morning get up at like 9:45 because we have to do the little appointments on Zoom. So the whole team will get on there, and then we'll just be talking. And then after that, like 10:30, around 10:30, I'll do more workouts.
How have you? I'm curious as to this. How? So do you talk with the Pitt coaches every day? How often? What's the communication been like? Do you talk with just Coach Collins all the time? Do you talk?
I talk to all of them. Talk to them every day. We get on Zoom at 10:30. Everybody has to get on it.
Okay.
The whole team.
So it's basically just a team meeting every day at 10:30.
Yep.
Okay. I saw a couple of your tweets. You can't wait for football. You can't get ready to get started. Just elaborate on that a little bit. And
I think that because I didn't enroll early, and I know the early freshmen had a head start, and I'm just anxious and ready to get in there and show people what I can do. But the hardest thing about it is the only thing that's worrying me is kind of the playbook. But I think I'll get it eventually because football is football. But I mean, it is what it is. I'm gonna get there. It ain't nothing but like 2 or 3 weeks, I'm guessing.
Is that what you're hearing as far as June?
2, 3, 4 weeks maybe. It's gonna be in June. That's what I'm hearing.
What are you anxious to when you get there? Have you set like a priority list for yourself? Stuff that you want to, like you said, they didn't really get a normal year. They didn't get in as many workouts as a normal year because of the situation. But what do you want to show the Pitt coaches?
I think I want to just show them little spurts of growth and show them that I'm smart enough to learn the playbook in this little amount of time we have. And I think I just want to start as a freshman. Like I don't think that, I don't know, I'm not going to downplay myself, but I think that I just want to start as a freshman and be a threat on this offense. And I think I'm capable of doing that. And Coach Whipple offense, that's one of the big reasons I even came to Pitt, because of Coach Whipple and how he persuaded me.
Talk to me about that. Can you just what did he sell you on as far as how he could utilize your talents?
He was telling me about how he had Andy Isabella at UMass, and he was the head coach and the OC at UMass. And I actually seen that on TV and highlights of how he did Andy Isabella. And he lines up with what he's saying. He's a real OC, and he knows, he's very wise, and he knows what he's talking about. So I went off that.
I remember I've talked to you a few times since you've committed. You've been one of my favorite recruits to talk to because how open and honest and you say what's on your mind. One of the things I remember you saying to me was that you believe that you can bring an element to Pitt that they necessarily don't have as far as speed, just pure, not just speed, but you're a guy that not only has – there's one thing to have speed, but you're also a guy that can catch the ball, and that's a scary combination.
See, look, I think Pitt has good receivers. Don't get me wrong. I think Pitt has good receivers, but like I said, they're not bringing that element that I'm bringing. They fall every time they catch the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need run after the catch. We need all that. We need run after the catch. We need deep ball. They don't really have a deep ball threat like that. I think Shockey Jock Louis, I think he's a deep ball threat, but he kind of stay hurt. I think Tazier Mack, I think he's a deep ball guy, but not a deep ball guy. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
In light of the 2020 commits, I was wondering, do you guys, even before this situation, were you keeping in touch with certain players? How does that go? Has there been a couple players on the team that you've started to already develop a friendship with?
Yeah.
Despite not being.
Yeah, it's a PWO guy. We all in a group chat. All the 2020 guys are in a Twitter group chat. But the ones I really just talked to is like that. It's a PWO guy. His name Javon Lewis. I guess he coming in as a DB. I talked to Hunter Sellers a lot, safety. Rashad Bowder, the corner that committed late.
The Georgia
I think
guys.
those are going to be my roommates, I think. So I keep in touch with those boys a lot.
Talk to me about the emphasis that you mentioned a couple guys right there from Georgia. Did that play in any? You committed early, so I'm guess it didn't make that much of a difference. But you were continuing to get recruited by other programs while you were still committed to Pitt. But how important is it for you just to see some other guys or to know some guys from your state, from your area, as far as because this is going to be a big move from you. You're moving home away from home for the first time. Is that familiarity something that is important to you?
Nah, I don't think that's important to me because I always wanted to get out of Georgia and get a new feel. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to stay in Georgia. My plan was to get out of Georgia because I think Georgia, it has a lot of like politics in it, and I don't want to get into that. But I think Georgia, they don't get everybody they necessarily good players. They don't get everybody out of their state that's good players. I think they just go for the prototype size type guys. They don't go for people that can actually play. Like Pitt, like I think this recruiting class right here, I think they really sat down and said, we're gonna find boys that can play. And they found boys that can play. Cause I actually know Rashad, but I can vouch for Rashad Battle and Hunter Sellers. They're both good. They're both really good. And I think they're gonna play. Probably not this year because we have a good defense and all of them are returning, but they gonna get in.
Is there anything you can tell me about? Is there anything you can tell me about those players? A little scouting report on them, as far as I know. Battle was like you, he was a 4-star recruit. They're getting a good player there.
Yeah, Rashad, I think he's more. I seen him play before. We played on. I played on the Cam Newton team. He played on Hustle Inc. So that's a little 7-on-7 thing we got going on. But I seen Rashad play, and he actually caught like 3 picks against us. So he more of a big corner press guy. But he actually can run, even though he's that big. I don't know how much he weighs, but he's a big corner. He's like 6'2". He might be 200, but he can run with it though. And Hunter Sellers, he's a good safety. He's more like a ball hawk. I think he needs to work on more of coming down and hitting, more like P Ford. Once he can learn from P Ford. Once he learns from P Ford, he'll be just like P Ford. But he has the ball hawk abilities like P Ford. He can like disguise something and make it look like something else and go pick the ball up, intercept the ball. So I believe in both of them.
Pitt fans were joined here by Pitt 4-star wide receiver Jaylon Barden. A couple more questions for Jalen. You mentioned a couple of the guys that are in your class. That's a good class. This class coming up, if you listen to the recruiting experts, Pitt's in the top 20 as far as the guys they have committed for the class of 21. Do you keep track of the guys that committed to Pitt, and are you excited about? There's a lot of excitement that the recruiting classes at Pitt continue to get stronger and stronger, and that Pat Narduzzi is really building something sustainable there.
I actually didn't know that, but I seen that the recruiting class, they're trying to recruit more in Pennsylvania. more in the Pennsylvania area. They not trying to. I don't think this recruiting class they trying to get out of Georgia, Florida. I think they're just trying to recruit more in Pittsburgh. That's what I heard, but I haven't been keeping up with it.
Okay. And just last thing is, you have a message for Pitt fans. Hopefully, everything returns back to normal. September, they're able to come to Heinz Field, come to the games. What are they going to see? What type of player are they going to see in Jaylon Barden?
Speed, deep ball threat, run after catch, a lot of screens, I guess.
All right.
And yeah, a lot of speed.
All right, nice. Well, hopefully, like I said, you get up here to Pittsburgh in a few weeks or whenever the plan is, and we'll see you over at the Pitt facilities. But we appreciate your time and look forward to watch you in August.
One more thing.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna bring the swag back to Pittsburgh. I'm gonna bring the swag back to Pittsburgh. P4, he had that swag, but I got to bring it on offense.
You guys are you do you learn from P Ford, or do you have your own swag?
I guess some of his tactics, but I think I have my own swag. I got to bring that on the offensive side. Swag.
All right, Jen. I appreciate the time, and like I said, we'll see you in hopefully August or September.
All right, then.
All right, take care.
All right.